Ay, man, nagtatar mo si Papa Kamuela. Baka ba? Ano sila diyan? Kada ito mo hindi yan.
Mathangda guest of honor ki Phamlangda Lengshin Biriba Kaisangthong Assembly Constituency ki MLA Honorable Shri Sapam Nisikan Singh Ikai Kumnaba Uchanabagi Tanjadu Lozari and would like to request respected Lorembam Bireshwar, Executive Member of Dynamic Manipur, to do the honor. Mathangda President ki Phamlangda Lengshin Biribi Dynamic Manipur ki Vice President ki Thausu Puribi Ikai Kumnajaribi Dr. Nomika Nomaikapam. And would like to request Vice President of Dynamic Manipur, Yankhong Anil Kumar, to do the honor. Thagachari, Loinana, ngasi special guest ki Phamlangda Lengshin Biriba Dynamic Manipur ki advisor Dr. Ngangdom Santikumar Maitei Amade Lamjing Mairagi advisor Dr. Santa Laishamusu Ikai Kumnabucha Nabigi Tanzado Lozari, and would like to request advisor of Dynamic Manipur Kishore Chandra Ngapigani Kishorjit to do the honor. Secretary to request Advisor Dynamic Manipur, respected Dr.
I'd like to welcome our guest of honor, MLA, Ganesan constituency, Shri Sapam Nisikanta Singh. Also, we'd like to welcome our Dynamic Manipur Vice President, Dr. Nomikapam, as well as our special guest, Dr. Lashram Santa. I would like to welcome all the panelists who will be online, who will be joining this event online, as well as on the ground. It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome all the media persons, as well as all my dear Dynamic Manipur staffs and its partner, Lumjimera. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome all the young students from different parts of Manipur to make this occasion a grand success. Today we have among us 35 panelists who will be joining today's discussion. Entrepreneurship and Empowerment, Women in Manipur. And among us we have 35 panelists. Some will be joining through online, as far as from South Korea, and also from here in Manipur. I do hope we all can enjoy this event through listening to their experiences, thoughts, and ideas on how to be high achievers and how to be winners in life. Once again, I thank you all and welcome you all. Thank you. A very good morning.
I was supposed to do I knew that I had to give a speech in English or in Manipuri, whatever, but it was more about the substance than the language. So I went through some TED Talks and I went through YouTube, and basically I understand when I analyze and gather, there are basically few points. One is socially, Manipur being or India majorly being a patriarchal society where the men dominate, and socially we have this. So there was this speech, speech, I thank my parents for not killing me when I was in my mother's womb. And
Honorable Governor of Manipur, Sri La Ganesan, Ajamba Kudol Tabiri.
Shows how much love and affection he has for the youth of Manipur. As we all know, the youth of Manipur is the pillars of the nation, of every nation in this world or in this universe, right? If there is a possible planet beyond the Milky Way, or rather the solar system, I think maybe there also the youth are the pillars of their nation. Is what I believe so. And thank you, Tamu Nishikant. It's my big brother doing such a honorable level. Tamu Nishikant, I'm sorry, I want to beg your pardon. I've been associating with him for so many years. I've been following him, and recently I met him, and it's an honor to have you here amongst us today, sir. And today's president of this function, our respected vice president of Dynamic Manipur, Nomika Nonipatham. Thank you for gracing the occasion. And Tamu Shantikumar, Nangun Shantikumar Miti, I've been working with him for more than 10 years. Okay? So when I was in United States of America, so I lived there for about 7.5 years. Tamu Shantikumar happens to be in Taiwan, right? But he's always in the news. I used to follow this website called Imphal, because during those days, not many newspapers in Manipur will have their own website. So Imphal used to collect they have tied up with 2 newspapers, and they were helping us connect people around the globe. Because whenever I wake up in the morning, actually, the first thing I do is open Imphal and read about Manipur, and that's how it helps me. And many young people, I would say, I still feel that I'm youth, because I feel that I'm less than 30, even though my daughter is in grade 11 now. And it's very tough to handle children in grade 11 because that's the passing stage. And last but not the least, my dear friend, Mr. Santal Ashram, and I think he's so humble he didn't even tell himself who he is. He's actually recently promoted as the head of department of, they call it the SMU, it's the mathematical department in Indian Statistical Institute based in New Delhi. So he flew down all the way from New Delhi for this program, right? Likewise, we have more than 35 eminent panelists, women, men from different walks of life, with whom we'll be interacting today. And as Tamo Shanti mentioned in his welcome address, the idea of this inspiration series, today's episode is episode number 18, is nothing. It's very simple, one black and white straight line. We want our youth to be inspired just by listening to the stories of our own people who have reached a level which we can term as successful level, or a stage where they have done many things, and they're still trying to do many things, but they've reached a level where they can share their stories and inspire the youth of Manipur. That is the number one goal of this event. Nothing more, nothing less. We do not want to say that you will not get inspired by hearing stories from someone outside Manipur or somebody who is not a Manipuri. That's not what we mean. But when we hear the stories of our own people, of our own brothers and sisters from our locality, of our own brothers and sisters from our own families, we get inspired. That is the theme behind this inspiration series. And I'm very happy to mention that Dynamic Manipur has collaborated for this event with Lamjing Mera. Lamjing Mera is another team who is also doing similar type of work and has conducted a very large program called Conference in the year 2018, and I believe their team is working in the background to bring this conference back again in 2022, which is actually this year, so sometime later in December. So definitely there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to catch up. However, I would like to say that please do not get lost, or rather, please do not sit here and think about something else. I'm begging you, I'm asking you, I'm requesting you, please be attentive. After this program, I mean, you have been attentive and thank you for that, but I'm talking about when the panelists are talking and you have a mic with you, please use that and definitely ask questions to all the panelists. If you don't ask questions, if you have a question and if you don't ask, that's not good, because you don't want to take the question back to your home, right? So now, as the theme of today's event, from a topic that we've chosen about women empowerment and women entrepreneurship, so empowerment and entrepreneurship, women in modern Manipur, we would like to talk about 4 women who's amongst us today. These 4 women are completely from different walks of life. When I say different walks of life, we can think about 3-4 things, okay? But students have this mistake of thinking in terms of physics, chemistry, maths, geography, like that, okay? This is a bad thinking. You should never think like that. You have to think like this, okay? Let me repeat this. Do not think in terms of subjects. Think in terms of issues or challenges or domains. So when we say socio-economic, political. In fact, there's no science in that. There is science, definitely in economics. Economics is a science subject, right? So socio-economic, political, entertainment, sports, it goes like that, right? So this 4 women has come from different walks of life after having evaluated many women, and definitely there are many more women. I cannot bring all the, I'm sure if you talk about sports, there are many women who have done fantastically well, right? I was actually trying to reach out to Ichi Kundirani, she's in Delhi. I was trying to reach out to Mirabai Chanu, but she's actually right now in Germany, right? But those are new generation, but then we have very old generation. Ichi Omega, do you know Ichi Okram Omega? You would not know that her because she's very old. I mean, her age is, she's very senior to me. She used to represent India in cycling when we did not even have a velodrome in Kumalampak. That's the kind of success stories that we want to bring to the table, so that you will say, wow, somebody from Manipur, despite all the challenges and obstacles in life, we tend to always say that I failed because I had a problem, or my parents didn't tell me about this, or I was not aware about this. It's so easy to say, it's always to blame somebody, right, when we fail. It's a human tendency, right? Right? But how come we have so many people amongst us? You go look at Google. Manipur is in America. Imagine how many scientists are there. Students of DM College of Science. Shankar Shami himself is a student of DM College of Science. Imagine where he is today. He actually gave a speech to DM College of Science the other day. In fact, taken for yesterday, to be precise, about the International Mathematical Olympiad that recently happened, and this man sitting in front of you represented the Indian team in Italy. The Indian team was taken by him. Why don't we give him a round of applause for that? He looks very simple. That's why I like him. I like people who are very simple as they go higher up. Like many people I don't have to name. You have so many people. Just talk about Manipur also and just talk about India also. In Manipur it's very difficult to find though. But in India you will find so many entrepreneurs, so many great leaders who has been the role models, right? So I want to cut it short because His Excellency has very little time and he has to go take a flight. So the first lady amongst us, and I call him Madam, she has been, I would say that in fact, here is also my problem, right? I was not aware about her until like 1 week ago, because somebody said that we should get her name. And I tell myself then I still have to find out so many successful people, right? It's a shame on me that I also have not seen Manipur and so many people from different walks of life. So to cut a long story short, the lady amongst us today used to be a So as you know, she's a lawyer. Thank you, madam. Appreciate. Dr. Managerial, please go ahead. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Now, we have the gentleman. Thank you, sir, once again for all your support. Now I would like to hand over the mic to each and every.
Thagachari dynamic.
Daesta aiga loinana linksing deriba ikai kuna deriba Honorable Shri Sabam Nishikant Singh MLA ji, Dr. Nomika Nomkekpa, Shri Shanti Kumar Midai, Shanta Laisram, Imaimen, Ichinino, Iche, Media Gi Marup Mapa, Mayambu Kuruje. Kamangal Ijeri. I Manipuri Lord Kande. Ora Masena I English Kamina hierarchy. It gives me great pleasure to be with you all here today on the occasion of inspiring episode organized by the Dynamic Manipur in collaboration with Lamjing Meira. The theme of today's Inspirations episode, Entrepreneurship and Empowerment of Women in Modern Manipur, is quite relevant at this juncture. I appreciate the importance of the initiative for entrepreneurs development in Manipur by the Dynamic Manipur, particularly among the women in modern Manipur. Entrepreneurial development is an important key to economic development of a country. Entrepreneurs not only provide self-employment, but also provide job opportunities for others. They are job creators and masters of their own destiny. Efforts have been made to develop entrepreneurial skills so that sufficient skilled manpower is available in the country to manage the scarce resources by developing cutting-edge enterprises. The new generation of entrepreneurs need technical, managerial, financial and marketing skills to meet the challenge of the new world order to be able to compete. As we are aware, Unemployment among the youth and the resulting sense of frustration is a central problem in the country, especially in the northeast, including Manipur, where the opportunities are limited. Serious efforts have been made to mitigate the unemployment problems in this region, but the initiative will take time to show any tangible results. There is a need for innovative and participative approach to attract experts in the field. No state can develop without outstanding contributions by the entrepreneurs, who are in reality the captains of the industrial sector. I feel very happy to make a reference to a meaningful comment by the political agent of Manipur long back in 1870 on the excellence of Manipuri manufacture. Quote, "The more I see them, the more I am impressed with the excellence of the Manipur cotton manufacturers, which are all of first-rate quality and very cheap when their weight is considered." Unquote. Manipur state was not inferior to any other states at that time. The industrial tradition is still alive. What is required is the development of institutional mechanism to groom, enrich the industrial products to be globally competitive. I am glad to note that in spite of many visible odds and limitations, a few young entrepreneurs in modern Manipur have shown their hidden talents in the form of perceptible scale of production of a few competitive items. Every year, Manipur backs outstanding entrepreneurs award institution by the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Government of India, it should be our responsibility to encourage and carry them forward in new environment and policy support. We should remember that the spirit of competitiveness begins from within. This calls for a strong entrepreneurial base. The fear of failure should not be allowed to cripple the growing industrial potential. It will be my privilege to inform the gathering that the time has come for the Department of Commerce and Industries to prepare a new roadmap for industrialization in Manipur through a sound policy of structure, skill and entrepreneurial development, particularly for the women in modern Manipur. I am confident that the dynamic Manipur, in collaboration with the Lamjing Mela, will take the leading role in managing and improving the quality of entrepreneurial spirit in the wake of ever-increasing problems and challenges. We can think of the Manipur Industrial Vision 2025 in compliance with the mandate of Look East policy of India Now Act East policy. In general, empowerment of women, about that only the talks are going on. Of course, we are in that one particular section we are discussing. एम्पावरमेंट ऑफ वुमेन को हिंदी में कहते हैं महिला सशक्तिकरण। ये क्या है? महिला सशक्तिकरण, महिला herself is शक्ति। How can you make Shakti into Shaktikaran? How can you make power herself power? And how can you make more powerful? This word is not correct. Rather, remember, they have forgotten their Shakti. Kindle their feelings. Remember that they are your Shakti. When Shakti is active, Shiva is nothing. Silent. So that Shakti, see, rightly somebody has told me here, but not very casually. The Shakti, Indian mothers, our ancient Indian mothers, they had all the power and all the Shakti. Dasharatha, he has to succumb to the promise given to Kaikeyi. Why? What is the reason? Because Kaikeyi also fought along with him in the war. She was not in the kitchen. She was not in the palace, simply. She was fighting in the war field. And from that day onwards, Verunachiya, Jhansi Ki Rani tak, the ladies, they were in the war field. And you see the photos of Ravi Verma, Ramar Pattabhishekam, you say. The courtyard, everybody is sitting. Maharaja also will be sitting there. And by his side, Maharani will be sitting. She will not sitting in the kitchen. Equal rights was given to mothers. Veda, mantra, it was not composed by one single person. Composed by one person, Veda Vyasa. But the originator of this Veda mantras, there are hundreds of them, people are there. Do you know that there were some 4 or 5 Mahilas are there? So even on Veda, Mahilas were conducting Gurukula. That was there in the history. So in all the field, Mahilas were there. They are not meant for kitchen. Of course, as a mother, she did the duty in the kitchen. Come on, go to any marriage house. Who is doing the kitchen work there? It's only males. In famous, there are 2 cooks are there. One is Bhima and this Nala. Both are males. Do you know? They say Bhima Baha, Nala Baha karte hain. No lady is there. Of course, the mother, as a mother, she wanted to help serve others, her children. So she did the kitchen work, that's all. But she is not meant for kitchen only. Every walks of life. Mothers are there, of course, they are mothers. Nobody can snatch their powers and duty. Mothers are mothers. So for that they have to behave, do certain duties. So that way, Mahila Sashakti-karan, empowerment, that is not suitable. Only after just our the previous speakers told, after the onslaught of the Mughals and British, the whole culture is changed. We respect every mother, every child. Even I will say, I can quote some examples. When a father died, the daughter went and she cremated. That is the only place where the ladies have not taken their rights. Because there is no son. Nowadays the family planning आने के बाद सब लोग एक ही बेटा के बारे में सोचते हैं. So either it may be a lady or it may be male. Suppose if it is only lady, and she goes to the burial ground, cremation ground. She does all those karmas. What is wrong in it? I am her daughter, his daughter. In every field the ladies they are dominating. It's not dominating, they are taking the due role. It's not dominating, due role. Only in politics very few people are there. In politics also they will come in proper representation, they will also come, I hope so. That is why Mahilas are already Shakti. Shakti means Mahila, Mahila means Shakti. तो ये महिला को सशक्तिकरण बना है. Empowerment of women is not because of that. At the present context, ladies must be more empowered. That is the purpose of this conference. I wish the conference a success.
The welcome address. I also express my deep sense of appreciation for Sri Santalaishram for sparing his valuable time as our special guest and also for highlighting the vision and aims and objective of Lamsing Mera and Dynamic Manipur. Thank you, sir. I will take the opportunity to thank Sapam Samananda member of Dynamic Manipur and Nanjing Maira, for highlighting about today's program, the importance of today's program. I'm immensely thankful to all the special invitees, panelists of today for all the efforts to make this happen. I also extend my heart. Without you, this event would not be a complete one. I must like to thank all the volunteers for their service for this program, and I would like to thank all the supporting systems.
Thagachari kai khumnanjari bi Dynamic Manipur ki Vice President ki Thosuk Puri. Thagachari mathanda Lamjing Mairagi members insu sisa lengshin diratuna photo session asi yawbirana ba naluk na thagachari. Thagachari Nasi Dynamic Manipur Madi Lamjing Mairana Sinjadana Pangthukiba Advisor Dynamic Manipur ki kai khumnanjari Dr. Santikumar Maitei Lengshin Biriba Advisor Lamjing Maira Dr. Laisham Santa Ngasi Thawram asiga mari lenana wafam kharadang thambinaba nolok na hangachari.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to welcome our chief guest of today's function, Honorable Shri Ganesan, His Excellency the Governor of Manipur. The guest
Child should never be dependent, and that's where it should become, truly independent and truly fearless, and that's where she can aim for the sky. When I was in college, my grades were good till I was in school. So I America. Then I thought I was too qualified. So never limit your child's dream, whether the child is a boy or a girl. So always tell them that the world is a playground. Oh, I mean, I would say that. Bhi apna, New York bhi apna, sara jahan, sara dunya apna. That should be the attitude. A tiger should never lose his stripe. Whether you are from Manipur or from anywhere, you must keep your stripes intact wherever you go. We are surrounded by a lot of Islamic countries, but the funny part is, Islamic countries where with due respect to Islam, I think women do not get the opportunity for education and other things. But if you look at Bangladesh, who, because of that mindset, see where she is. And then if you remember Benazir Bhutto, they were born, taught, and told that they were going to be leaders of the country. And there she was, she became a leader. And in our own case, you have the late Prime Minister, Srimati Indira Gandhi ji, background, and just see her climb, just see her determination. So when you study, don't study to just become a good wife. Just, you should have a target. The sky is the limit. Anyway, but what they say is when you educate a man, you educate a human being. When you educate a woman,
Mr. Ganesan, Mamalayam na bawafam kaya thambirama damakta amuka na thalag phongdokchari. And before we proceed to the next program, would like to present a small token of love and appreciation to our chief guest of partner Oibiriba Lamjing Maira. Lamjing Maira na ngasigi chief guest ki phampham langda lengshin diriba Honorable Governor of Manipur, Shri Ganesan da Ajamba Kudong Pandiri. Tanachari.
So as you know, she's a lawyer. Thank you, madam. Appreciate for agreeing to join the session today. In fact, Madam and Ranjana, thank you very much. Dr. Ranjana, please go ahead. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. Now, we have the gentleman. Thank you, sir. Once again for all your support. Now I would like to hand over the mic to Ichan Elizabeth.
And a speech on today's function.
Okay, for that, I have to tell you a little bit of history. When Manipur is an organization that's about almost 8 years in after registration, but it has been active for about 10, almost 12 years. So this is a group of like-minded men and women from different walks of life across the country, or rather across the globe, not country. So many seniors who have come together to see how we can inspire the youth and share these stories. And we are actually, the entire Danang Manipur actually aims is to help youth, to provide a platform for the youth so that we can engage the youth with the different successful, I would say Manipuris across the globe. That is the main aim, and that is the main aim of this particular inspiration episode also. And we've conducted 17 episodes so far. During COVID-19 also, we actually conducted a virtual event, and this is the first of its kind where we have actually, initially people speakers to come and talk and leave, the one speaker going, but here in this model, we're actually going to have panel discussions, a different model, so it'll be more like a discourse and discussion, which will help the youth to understand more as we move forward. This is a new model of inspiration series that we kick-started. Currently, I think we invited about 35 men and women from different walks of life,
or successful men and women. And there are panelists who will actually be online, joining us from Malaysia, joining us from South Korea, and even there are messages that have come from UK, from US. So the youth will get to see a lot of messages and stories, successful stories from many people from different walks of life across the globe, as I said. Actually, Dynamic Manipur also is doing a very big, giving a very big platform around entrepreneurship. Due to COVID-19, that entrepreneurship platform, it's a combination of training, sort of a short incubation, but we do not provide any funds, and fund definitely was an issue maybe a couple of years back. But as you might be aware, we already have a state government of Manipur providing startup funding, which is actually one of the very important thing to start something, because to do something in a startup, you need that initial seed fund to move forward. So that with the state government, I think I believe that maybe 5 years back, maybe 10 years back, people used to face these challenges, but in today's, there are many platforms, many resources where someone who wants to learn, they can learn. And I believe in this saying that when the student is ready, the teacher, appears. So we need to make the student ready. So if somebody want to become an entrepreneur and say, I don't know where to go, maybe that person has not looked up properly where to go. So I think they should come to the Dynamic Manipur. We can help them, groom them, and in fact, there is a plan for an entrepreneurship event also coming very soon. Besides this information, so we actually tried to gather about 450 students from different private government schools. However, the only challenge that we had was, today there was a rain and reached out, but we have a live in Cushion Live, so that we can reach out to as many students as possible. We also have recorded, so it'll be available to many students who has not been able to attend this session overall.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We hope to see you again, sir. Very good. Thank you.